My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com. All right, rider, license plate 2900668. That's Indiana. At Andy's Burgers under the light source at 8:17 a.m. 7JXR391, 48098B1, 7YJF526, 8WFN307. 62114F3, DC22894, that is an out-of-state license plate. I don't see what state that is in. 8LDB472, 8ENN672, and it's 8:17 a.m. XFE267, 99071C2, 8VEP954, 8HVA402, 7BTD227, 19111C2, 5GDZ151, 8KGV370, 6KVY533. FNY063, 8YOM784, 6GOC750, 874. I can't really see that one. Amtrak crossing path in a coach. You can see that at 8:21 a.m. They cross path as I'm walking on transit, and they loiter at the train station, 8MBU 972. Loitering in relevant position. The fake sun is moving over me. It is P.O.C. 78LV117, 8UND513, 5AVE 617, 7DZV 746, 20483X1. 84086L2. Oh, dang. This is Omnitransit's here. 7KPP089, 8PUU602. And I was referencing Omnitrans, which I'm on right now. This is driven by African American female. Employee number 3020 is what is displayed. Reasonably relying upon those representations by an entity that is also monitoring documentation. Be aware of that. But I'm also on surveillance cameras, not even on the bus, also traffic cameras, and my documentation is supplemental. So that is what the display reveals, and it's bus number 1330, and I get on at 8:23 a.m.
get on at what is B&G Plaza where I'm at. That's where Amtrak is crossing path, which I capture an image of. They're going, they enter driving on Euclid Avenue, so they're coming south on Euclid Avenue, and they cross path as I'm walking on Transit, and they go to the train tracks where Union Pacific uses the Amtrak train tracks. They loiter in relevant position. They're present for crossing and path. This is where I capture image of Ryder, which is outside of the venue of Andy's Burgers, and you have the minion that's sitting on the truck eating. The fake sun is right in alignment with me, remains over me as I go to the bus stop. It is P.O.C. Let's see, license 55072B2. Zero 0734C2. C. Oh, I can't really see that.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
6E05900. JB Hunt, crossing path, parked on Hope Boulevard. We're at Grove Avenue. 7XTU 734. 8 CIF 407. 7 VVA 151. Fox rent-a-car crossing path with directed light on the driver's side on the asphalt with forward reaching directed light on the driver's side while it crosses path with the bus. It's not even impossible. It just looks. These demons look like stalkers. It is ridiculous. That's Fox rent-a-car engaging in that show of hostility and terrorism. At 8:28 a.m. at 1850 Holt Boulevard in Ontario, turning at Holt onto Vineyard, and the fake sun remaining over the bus, turning as the bus turns. It's 8:29 a.m. We are arriving at the Ontario airport. 8TGX 821, touching with directed light. This is Terminal 2. And this is P.O.C. It's 8:31 a.m. HERLXI. License plate 7PWJ331. 8YOL894. License 7KRX417. 8SOP465. ATJM168. It's currently 8:36 a.m. The fake sun is over me in Montclair, California when I'm headed toward Pomona on Route 61. I just captured video right now, the fake sun being over me at the Ontario airport. And then another, as I document the molestation with directed light, these demons that are on the bus, manifesting light, touching and harassing as an entity, engaging in demonic activity, which is pursuant to the criminal monitoring violation of Title 18, engaging in more of that. And so I capture a second video, and you see the light source that's over Archibald as the bus is now driving north on Archibald. This is the same time where I am being transported on Route 61 that is going westbound into the city of Montclair, into the city of Pomona. And that's the P.O.C, by the way. It is currently 8:36 a.m. 8YOL 894. The bus is now turning to drive west on Inland Empire Boulevard. And the fake sun turns with the bus. License 8AZX050. 7XWM839. Group stalking at the mobile at the Inland Empire and Archibald Mobile. That's a demon at a facilitating venue who was monitoring. And monitoring with license 8NPT025 as well. They're group stalking, maintaining their presence centered around where the bus stop is, where the bus stops. And that you have one demon that's using their vehicle lights, the reverse lights facing the bus, and another that's on the opposite side of a brick wall. And they're just facing the wall. They're crossing paths. That's what that is. That's what group stalking is. Currently 8:37 a.m. Towers that passes the Robert Half properties. That would never be over my window on this bus on Inland Empire. If that was the sun, by the way, when I'm in Pomona on Hope Boulevard. All right, and I'm showing you the fake sun while I'm sitting on the driver's side of that bus, and it's going westbound, and it's past the city of Montclair. All right, I am approaching what is East End and Holt Avenue in Pomona, which it's 8:40 a.m. So I captured this video and that video in moments from now. And I'm going toward Portage Fontana, and the fake sun is remaining over me, going in an opposite direction. Not just an opposite direction, but you're talking about what is literally over me on the window of the bus, going to Ontario Mills right now on Inland Empire, and versus remaining on Hope Boulevard into Pomona, California, over me on that street, over the window on that bus. That's the P.O.C. All right, Ontario Police group stalking inside of the parking lot of Mathis Brothers. That's a third-party facilitating venue. Over there as well is the CarMax across the street. The people of the state are monitoring while the Ontario Police Department are engaging in what is a visible presence, communicating a threat while monitoring documentation. It's 8:40 a.m. And Ontario police are under what is that fake sun that is remaining over me, that is speaking to the stalking conduct by the entity. A3.
Ontario Mills, service by
27203W1.
81, 82, and RTA.
These minions, except with the exception of one that remains in the back, get off at Ontario Mills. They're on surveillance cameras. 8:42 a.m. The entity molesting with directed light while the back door closes, and you have a minion that's walking on the bus that's crossing paths at the same time. 8:42 a.m. still. This is bus 1330. Not only is that understanding what is demonic activity, the manifestation of light, because there is no form there. The light source is remaining over me while I'm on a bus in Pomona, California. At the same time, it's not over the property of Ontario Mills, while it's remaining over the bus while at the property of Ontario Mills. That's the pattern of conduct, and this is demonic, and that's the perpetual sex offender. 8WRP 42. I can't see the last character actually. And that's Ontario Mills engaging in that molestation. The Ontario police who are group stalking in the path that are engaged in that molestation. It is the company Omnitrans, and also this employee whose employee number I already recited. This is the conduct of the people of the state. See, it's currently 8:43 a.m. LYB 556 something. GFX 601. 7FGX 601. 8ZLU057. HOC 460. KVP. I can't see this. Remaining at what is Ontario Mills, and this is 8:47 a.m. Now pulling off from that bus stop. Monitoring the entire time, 8ACH 810. This is the demon creating audible activity while the entity aims directed light on the bus. Ruffling of the bags. That's what this is. They're demons that alternate turns getting on and off the bus. They're engaged in state surveillance together. That's literally what these demons say. And also you see why the entity aims with fake sun. You're engaging in what is light activity while demons walk by in that directed light. That's molesting my person. It's an ongoing sex offense while I'm reading these license plates. These demons are pacing together. One demon walks on the bus at the same time another demon is driving by. They're pacing together. And creating light activity while demons are also manifesting light, and also they're walking in the engineered light that's being aimed onto me onto this bus. And you know that's the case because the fake sun is over me in Pomona, California. License plate 7489. I can't see the rest of it. But again, it's not just Pomona. I got on Route 83. I went to Upland, California and remained there. It's 8:49 a.m. I got on Route 83 and went to Chino, California. Remained on that bus, and you see the light source remaining in Ontario, going up to Upland, back to Ontario, into Chino, remaining over me. This is the fake sun that's remaining over me while I'm en route, and these are minions engaging in concerted activity. 74894 N1, that's the correct license plate. 34782M1, 7NQV 795. And that's literally the psychopath that are the people of the state, the demon possessed. You have Satan surrounding you, sitting and following everywhere you're going. They're following on a bus. They're literally following on a bus. And with regard to the one that's operating the bus, who works for Omnitrans, this is a stalker. And how are you identifying that stalker? Through the specific environment that they're in. You're present on behalf of the state. You're a demon that's also manifesting light. You're engaged in state surveillance on behalf of the state, and you are indeed a stalker. These patrons are getting on stalking together. Engaging in monitoring is one. License 5PA. I can't see the rest of them. That's Arizona though. And that's the significance of the fake sun remaining over me on the bus, directed light on me on the bus. You're looking at what is the specific environment that's maintained everywhere you go. And not only is that impossible, that impossibility is again a reference to the demonic, which is prosecution for what is terrorism, while this population that is demon possessed, acting on behalf of the state, is engaged in surveillance. That's Title 18 conduct, 22618 subsections 1 and 2. Every method employed is demonic. 8KFB082, they're psychopaths, and this is Satan that's surrounding. Satan is present via people. Satan is present in the environment. That impossible environment, that unnatural environment. into San Bernardino Avenue. CO4381 34782M1 at Edwanda and 4th Street. Those are demons that are stalking. They are present in that specific environment, engaged in ongoing systematic maintenance of presence on behalf of the state. It's 8:53 a.m. CB50G97. That's a paper plate on a GMC SUV vehicle. License 8STR611. This is, let's see, Rider 25225U2. Rider group stalking at Edwanda and 4th Street. This is the stalker that is using company locos. Engaging in that same obsessive stalking and doing so under the fake sun and engineered light. It is 8:54 a.m. What you're listening to in the background is a minion creating audible activity. Can't seem to get her bags together. She's creating activity. She's a stalker. This is vehicle number 240640, Rider. It's a van. And this is driven by a white male. And it is, again, that's license 55225U2. 4TBG876. License 8YRG317. These demons are touching the bus. Light is touching the windows of the bus. Impossibility. They're stalking the path of light. That includes Rider. Okay? Rider is nothing but a brand name. Rider is a brand name, a means of identifying the criminal activity of the people of the state engaging in commercial stalking. That threat is implied by virtue of using such brand names after you are documenting them. This is what the entity is doing with, for example, with Rider, stalking in the path. It is currently 8:56 a.m. We are at Kaiser Way and San Bernardino Avenue. STRs, yeah, I read that one. 578. I can't really see the rest one. It's a paper plate.
Calabash Avenue. Cherry Avenue.
At Cherry Avenue at 8:59 a.m. Burtech Waste Management, crossing path. $3G428. I can't really see the rest one. But 5522502. I believe that's Ryder. The same license plate. I recited it correctly the first time. Being driven by the white male, remaining in relevant position the entire time right now, and turning at Cherry and engaging in directed light while doing so, while turning away from the vehicle, directed light, touching on the bus, monitoring. And that's a demon again, driving nothing other than a commercial vehicle. License 8RBS 523.
Morning. Thank you. Ya tengo el book. Entonces, ¿qué más amigo? Es la situación.
37347Y2. At Redwood and San Bernardino Avenue, and it's 9:01 a.m. This minion is creating audible activity and operation of a communication device, and doing so under what is the fake sun. That is nowhere in Pomona, California at 9 o'clock, as I documented, or in Upland, California, as I documented, or on the bus while I'm headed to Chino, as I documented, or remaining in Ontario, as I do not get on any bus and remain there, as I documented. The fake sun is right over this bus at Redwood and San Bernardino, and this is a minion that's creating audible activity. It's monitoring. I want to speak to that. It is currently 9:01 a.m. passing Redwood. E7TMH100. RZN 804. Oh, you can scratch that one because I couldn't see the last character. currently 9:04 a.m. License 6LQF643. And minions of Water of Life Community Church crossing path in one of their vehicles. 8NDS489. 5CIE2. I can't see the rest of them. Their venue is nothing other than a place where minions congregate. They are engaging in a demonic and criminal pattern of conduct right now at Citrus and San Bernardino Avenue, where they're crossing path at 9:06 a.m. (7ZXK113).
Papi,
42886J2.
Cypress Avenue.
8VNF971. U.S.PS vehicle 0213. Oh, I can't see the rest of that number. They're group stalking at, or you hear Cypress, that's where we're at. USPS is crossing path using that vehicle as light activity. That's the feds. Just like I showed you on the video yesterday, and I've showed you tons of times. They're group stalking on the street, monitoring 8NDS489.
oye, hay algo. Ahora, ahora esta amiga me dijo que si quería descargar camiones que eran de 100 a 150 diarios.
7ZAY778 at Juniper and San Bernardino. 7BFD, but I can't see the last card because guys know.
Marigold Avenue. Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Sí, vamos a pulsar en la puerta.
6DHH515. 6THX153. License 7J86416, and I'm showing you what is JB Hunt at Sierra Avenue and Marigold at 9:11 a.m. The group stalking in the path, and the light switch is right here over the bus, which is the pattern of conduct, of course. But I'm just capturing images of my documentation. I can't see the license plate, but I'm showing you what is the presence of a minion that's using that company vehicle engaged in the pattern of conduct with the state and with the people. It's 9:11 a.m. Let's see, 3058905. That's the license plate of JB Hunt. They do cross path. License 7R46974. 8ZKB436. 8UPV510. 7ZLG064. 7RAV639. King Taco creating light activity inside of the El Super Shopping Center. That's at the corner of the Marigold and Sierra Avenue intersection. They're using that truck with the hazard lights on. It's facilitation. HTV 015 9ADW 240. It's a demon dragging directed light on the ground while they cross path while I'm on the bus at Sierra Avenue and Orange Way. We're at the red light. It's 9:17 a.m. and the fake sun is in Fontana over the bus. At the red light, stopping as the bus stops, and then to be over the Fontana Metrolink train station, over me as I get off and following en route wherever I go. This is P.O.C. It's 9:17 a.m. 8 PRV 316, Demon, 6XOT 247, 6GYF 675, 7B TK 126. Demons that are patrolling while this demon, WIFYS, remains stationary with directed light toward me, 8UWO 384. It's currently 9:17 a.m.
Fontana Metrolink Transit Center. Service bytes. Lost. 10, 14, 15, 19, 61, 66.
Bus 1352.
82.
License plate 1535541. Omnitrans.
Mill Valley Transit.
Stalking the path at the Metrolink train station, creating light activity. Route 14, the same. At 9:18 a.m.
You may receive a visit.
These are just the buses that are here. They engage in patrolling, arriving, and leaving based on the P.O.C, not based on their published schedule. It is 9:18 a.m. Alrighty, this is bus number 1330 that I've been on, subject to the pattern of conduct, molestation, harassment by an entity, and engaging the pattern of conduct while the people of the state and the state itself, again, are monitoring that documentation. License 1404974. It's 9:19 a.m. arriving at the Fontana Metrolink train station. This employee, let me also document the employee. She walks off of the bus. She goes around to the driver's side on the outside of the bus. And as the doors close, directed light, 7DEY090. Directed light is a method of light activity. She does this as the doors close. This is impossible light. This is not even the sun that's over me in the Fontana Metrolink train station. Again, the documentation, I'm en route to Chino. I'm in Upland, California. This is not coexisting at the same time. This is not the sun that would be present over my head in this manner in different counties and different cities at the same time. And maintaining presence for the duration of the day. You're talking about what is directed light. That's a demon manifesting light, and she's using literally the bus as a method of stalking with activity. So that's supposed to be light that's swiping across the sidewalk in front of me while she's closing the doors, those black rubber-bound doors, under what's the light source. That's the pattern of conduct. That's the directed light you see moving across Barreto restaurant. That's the directed light you see inside of the Fontana Lewis Library, 70PV831. One has nothing to do with the other. It's impossible light. It's the conduct of a demon. Excuse me. And while she's monitoring, okay, that's the Omnitrans employee. And she's, again, an African-American female. She's got like blonde color in her braids. And let's see, license 1590825, 4PPP 040, 6JQX 123. And it is 9:21 a.m. VPA 834, 8LCZ 172, 6XKP 395, 7VUZ 893. Seven PLW 947, 4CWE 855, 8PFL 647, 41964R2, 60727W1. Those are all demons. In the same way that the people of the state demonstrated that yesterday while they were driving down the street, and supposedly a light show coexists with your driving down the street. They're demons manifesting light, and they're stalking. 9AIP443. And I gotta get this demon. with U.S. Marines on his vehicle. Alrighty, this is license plate. This is a demon. A Latino male driving this, BA 456. That's a handicap license plate. I just want you to see that light source. Group stalking on Sierra Avenue in Valencia, 9:23 a.m. Alrighty, this is the same intersection where I'm showing you my arrival after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. My arrival and showing you what is the light source is right over me at the street sign. The light source is here at the same intersection where I showed you yesterday evening after 6 o'clock in the evening, and the entity is keeping the light source in alignment with me. That is speaking to what is stalking with the light source and the condition of this one that it says U.S. Marine. Nothing noble about that. You're understanding the demon-possessed population, and they maintain all kind of positions that they have no business in, by the way. They have no business in because they are, the demon-possessed population are engaged in state surveillance, and it's the heights of hypocrisy while you are bearing such titles and labels, all right? Which, again, Satan has minions that are in positions, by the way, engaging in the system right in front of your face. And then seeking honor. You would honor them because of that position, and you need to know what actually is the reality. License 8DXW296, and that, again, that Latino male with the U.S. Marines, a demon manifesting light, BA 456 handicap. It's 9:24, it's 9:25 a.m. I want to show you the environment where that U.S. Marine is a demon that's stalking on behalf of the state, and under the fake sun at 9:25 a.m. where I remain in Ontario at the Whole Boulevard Car Wash. Yeah, that's not over the street side of Valencia. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, license 5CXK295-7F7FML375, excuse me. 8WGE468 21203F3. And capturing video speaking to the conduct of this demon that is bearing signage on his vehicle indicating U.S. Marines, as I documented moments ago. And I captured video at 9:25 a.m. And you recall my heavily documented example using that specific time. And again, I'm starting with Ontario Police, but not only that, I also went to Pomona. I also went to Upland and remained there. I also went to Chino, California. The entity is keeping the light source over me at this intersection in Fontana. In doing so, again, it's not just my placement here at that time, which I'm using as an example. The entity followed with the fake sun to Fontana. Whereas opposed on March 13, 2022, all I did was get up at the museum and walk down the street on Whole Boulevard. But I have documentation showing the fake sun remaining over me for an entire route on the bus. All right. And then I'm showing you what is a specific time, which is also an impossible occurrence. The light source is central over my head in 2 different cities. When one day I engaged in just walking less than, not even 500 feet down the street from one place to another. And I went on a bus, an entire Route 61 to get to a different city, let alone a different county when I'm in Pomona, California. So that's the pattern of conduct, and that's what I use as an example as the U.S. Marines are crossing path, as Amazon Prime is crossing path. And I'm using also that location at that Valencia Avenue and Sierra Avenue intersection, where you're looking at what is, again, that big picture. All the entity is doing with the fake sun is keeping it over me on my left side and on my right side at the end of the day, which is a general reference to what's supposed to be the east to the west, while it remains over me wherever I am. 8GIU 492, 7WHF 982, OK2PW, and 1533547, I believe. That's Omnitrans. 50240N1, and 7WHF 982 is loitering in front of the Sierra Pawn and Jewelry Loan. The Fontana Jewelry and Loan, excuse me. Sitting in their vehicle while directed light is being casted upon the Fontana Jewelry Loan. Remember, this is exactly what they were doing at Casa Breto, which is on the opposite side of the same street. That's what they're doing over here, which I've also documented before. I've documented the entity engaging the same conduct that you saw yesterday on video on Casa Breto. That's not new. That is speaking to what is demon possession of a population. Right, by the way, 8DCG231, 8E61212, 30748U2, 7SMG107, 7ABY355, 8PNJ671. And again, that demon possession is relevant to not only, it's not intended to creep you out because the demon possessed are creepy. All right, and they want to be normal so bad. They want to blend in, and they also don't want you to know about their presence. And you're referencing, this is speaking to what is Satan. Satan doesn't want you to know that he's right there. Bam. Okay? But you have the knowledge with regard to the demon-possessed surveillance. That's why they're manifesting light like that. You're under surveillance. They're monitored with communication devices. 8WJA531, 6CHC 631. See no license plate on that. So with regard to that demonic activity that they're engaging in, it is an admission to that criminal conduct. It is the criminalization of that very conduct. 8MNW161, 8NMH897, 8VPG567, 489E1, 7LWB164, 98571S2, 7ZAC733, 6SJT854, 8POR937, 6RZA020, 8HAD508, 7WSJ475, 47978C3, 11567W1. USPS group stalking, vehicle 8203-673, an African-American male driving that vehicle. The number 28 is on the back of it. He's been loitering in relevant position. 7GTX308, meaning as I'm walking on the sidewalk and I'm being molested with directed light, that's the feds stalking beside this abandoned building. This abandoned building with the address 8462A. USPS sitting in front of that building on the sidewalk, stalking in the path while I'm walking on the sidewalk, walking north of Sierra Avenue. That's what they're doing. And as I'm approaching, then drives off. It is currently 9:33 a.m. 8NGZ440, 7G63334, 6SGF289, 7CIG623, U04IEK Utah, 8V56499, 5FCR492, 7KYW293, 5KUY395, 6CTR770, 5LEY907, 5TRS535, 8JXV285, 8RWJ097, 7UBIT. I can't really see that. You just scratched it. It's 9:35 a.m. All right, I did capture video 9:35, and what you see at 9:35 is the group stalking conduct. This is the demon possession and the criminal surveillance in violation of federal law. As the Fontana Police Department are demonstrating their demon possession right under the fake sun, as I'm showing you all the ways in which this is an impossibility, that light source is over me, and you are looking at who's in my path while that light source is directly over me. They are stalking. They are a demon that is engaged in stalking with those who are surrounding in relevant position, but who you see directly in front of me is Fontana Police Department. And I'm also showing you reminding you about what is my presence in the city of Pomona as of late, and remaining in Chino as of late. At 9:35 a.m., I'm inside of the Starbucks at 101 Mission Boulevard in Pomona, California. I am literally showing you that light source that is aimed in perfect alignment with me over my head inside of that Starbucks in Pomona, where I remain, by the way. I am nowhere in Fontana. That is never going to be seen over the street at Seville and Sierra Avenue while it's aiming onto me inside of Mission, that's facing the intersection of Gary and Mission, as I remain there, okay? And from there, I go to what is the City Hall. I go to what is the Pomona Courthouse. The entity is keeping the fake sun in Pomona, California. That is speaking to the criminal conduct and the demon that is the Fontana Police Department. It's not just that officer, as was demonstrated yesterday. It's not just that officer. You're talking about what is an environment that they are all in monitoring. 6UYA150, a demon swiping directed light across the venue. This is the Fontana City Hall at 8353 Sierra Avenue, where demons are crossing paths. P.O.C. All right, the video that I just captured, I'm showing you, well, actually, I'm not even showing you, I'm just recording. The people of the state are showing you that they are indeed the demons that they are documented as, 6 feet NR 974.
while they are driving their vehicles, and you see what is engineered light, directed light, a scientific impossibility. There is and that's a pattern. This is occurring at the Fontana City Hall. It is occurring moments after I just documented what are, but it's not even separate. Another demon crosses path on Sierra Avenue after I leave from documenting the demon with the Fontana Police Department vehicle who's engaged in stalking in the path in reverse, maintaining relevant positioning, anticipating, knows exactly where I'm at. You know this by the placement of the fake sun over me. This is speaking to what is directed light. That's a demon that's driving that Ontario, excuse me, wrong demons. Wrong agency, the Fontana Police Department vehicle. What the people of the state are doing is indicative of what's wrong with all of them. It's not separate, okay? It is a demonstration. It is literally the confession of Satan while they are monitoring together, while the people of the state, one after another, engage in that impossibility over and over and over and over and over again. 7XQT 709. It's the same when you're looking at it on the grounds of Casa Breto. It's the same when I'm inside of, first of all, the KFC. It doesn't change. 8DWR 565. Oh, thanks. 5NOT 357. 8GZV 958. So I want to be clear while I'm capturing the video at the City Hall. It's not separate from the demon possession by the Fontana Police Department. All right, they are the same condition. They are demons that are stalking as well. And that's the people of the state who are being prosecuted as the entity that you are. You see them acting as an entity, that's exactly how they're going to be prosecuted. Do you understand that? That's exactly how they're going to be prosecuted. The people of the state are of a specific condition, engaging in what is criminal. That demonic activity, first of all, is terrorism. It's the grounds of harassment while they're monitoring documentation. Demons engaging in that very conduct in order to violate and frustrate the purpose of documentation. All right, that's how the demon possessed engage in harassment. The entity is also engaging in this conduct because it is relevant to what is their criminal conduct monitoring with communication devices, this directed light conduct. And that's what I just captured. 7 CSP 626, monitoring with 27855D1, 902Z. I believe that was 902ZZG. This is at the United States Postal Service where the minions are group stalking at 8282 Sierra Avenue. So they're maintaining presence, and as I walk into the area, then they're pulling out together. These are minions that are patrolling. They're also manifesting directed light, just like you saw in video, stalking in the path using their headlights, engaging in what is touching her wrinkly face under a fake sun, 8UHX629, like I'm in her way and she is stalking. All right, that's this old bag of bones and the demon touching with directed light. I'm gonna prosecute her if she's even alive to witness that prosecution. 8UHX629. She's old as dirt. All right, license 6SQR469. 6SQD 507. So these minions are congregated, and by congregated, you got a bunch of them. You're talking about group stalking. So they're just like you see the Fontana police, just maintaining presence on the side of the road. They're filling up any parking lot, going to any venue, and maintaining presence. And then as it's activity creation, as they use their vehicles, keeping their brake lights on, going in reverse, pacing back and forth in their vehicles, it's activity creation, and they're stalking while the light source remains over me, while these demons manifest directed light. Okay, they are doing so at the post office. Let me show you this demon real quick. Alrighty, getting that overweight, wrinkly face, triple chin minion, 8UHX629, a violent sex offender, a minion who is monitoring with the rest of the people who are directed light, and that demon touches with directed light. 8MOC 852 is monitoring with them. They're all monitoring together, but I want to get a close-up of that image of that demon going to the post office, which is that demon's form that's supposed to be there. And again, there is no form, but this is what the demon, I'm going to the post office, I'm not stalking, as though that has anything to do with how you're going to be prosecuted, and it doesn't. As I broke down the ways in which you are prosecuting a government, and the bases upon which that system is both identified and prosecuted, and what's legally irrelevant, what you want to claim you are doing while you're in relevant position, intentionally in that environment. You can claim you're intentionally there to go to the post office. You're there. 6LYJ776. You're also there engaging in the conduct of the demon possessed. 8NFJ328. 8VPZ959. 7PFK243. 8TLP231. 7FSD862. 7PBD114. 8THX309. 5ANF312. 3VLD405, 5JVN202, 47321P2, 36049E3,
5J58530. 5J58530, yeah. 7YPB409, 4LKE594, 8GJS549, MUSKNME, 7KCX060, 8PSF477, 8RHS557, 8RJL032, 30216R1, 8ZDM663, BE28V68 paper, 4YYT963, 30216R1, 7KRN222, 8CQV080, 4NHD804, 64568H3, 167LL handicap, 424NW handicap, 228WF handicap, 8KRPO59, 49857J3, 7WJY485, 6XCK409, in case I didn't read that one, 6LRV297, 6ZUS966, 8BRT150, 6TIF205, 6YZX962, 6HGE053, 7RKJ342, 8DGT941, I think I read that one. 7TJG293, because I didn't read that one. 39455R1, 7WJP271. Victor Valley Transit crossing path, going north on Sierra Avenue right now at 9:51 a.m. 19261R2. 5PFH998. 5PFH. Oh, I think I read that one. 7. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Okay, it's currently 9:52 a.m. And these are minions that are at third-party facilitating venue 8228 Sierra Avenue, the Stater Brothers, where they engaged in what is criminal summoning. Well, actually, you know what? That's not necessarily criminal summoning. You can't, I don't have any facts in order to substantiate that. But you are talking about what is the conduct, the pattern of conduct that people are monitoring with law enforcement. There's no minion that's making a threat. There's no minion that I am observing that's engaging in pulling out their phone and speaking to, oh, I'm calling the police. That's criminal summoning. All right. You have what are the minions of Fontana Police Department. They don't need you to call them. They're stalking together. Okay, but criminal summoning, that's an additional federal charge. 6BUL437, you go to federal prison for that. So the entity is threatening together. That's more like what is occurring, and engaging in a sex offense together. You're looking at the demonic environment, the demonic conduct that the people engaged in at this venue. The sounding of the car alarm at the moment that I turn around, that's stalking with activity. These are demons that are sitting in the parking lot with their headlight. They're manifesting lights, not their headlights. I'm being molested. I have more than one shadow on the ground. The police department is monitoring while they are listening to me recite license plate after license plate. This is a pattern by the demon-possessed law enforcement agencies, like they're trying to rescue or be a distraction. It's not. It's a form of terrorism, because you're already stalking. And so you are aware of the fact that third parties are being documented, and they're going to be documented and prosecuted, and you are engaging in what is threatening in concert with them and on behalf of them. The people of the state literally are relying on the presence of law enforcement often to engage in threatening, to deter you from documenting, all right? And you prosecute for that. The punishment must fit the crime, okay? So it is currently 9:54 a.m. This is that same venue. I just want you to remember where I'm at. And I'm on surveillance cameras, and so are all of these minions, and everything that they're doing is pursuant to what I'm doing. You're witnessing what are the demon-possessed. They are looking outwardly as though they're focused on something else. That third eye is on me, and it's group stalking in a grocery store. Demons, demonic activity in a grocery store. P.O.C. It is exactly what you see on track. Is inside of Stater Brothers monitoring. I did re-enter the Stater Brothers. You have minions that pile up in line. Remember what they're doing. They're all stalking. So they know what line I was in, I got out of, and you have a bunch of them that hop in line in front of me. So I took the opportunity to go out and show the fake sun and the engineered light inside of the venue at 10 o'clock in the morning while they want to engage in that conduct. These are minions that are stalking you, and these are ways that demons that are stalking you engage in what is harassment, okay? And that's exactly what you're doing when you're in a venue. Your whole entire presence is about me. That's why the light source engineered light. That's why you're stalking with activity. You are engaging in what is demonic, and it's centered around monitoring me, all right? And so you're talking about what is not ignorant when you're getting in line, when you're building up lines. It's for their ongoing criminal conduct. And it's also literally pathetic. And so let me show you the fake sun that's over, and that is what you see. That this is a minion wearing the on-track badge, an employee. Present, I suppose, under on his own, so not necessarily representing on track, but when we get outside to that vehicle, he is on the roads and the highways. This is monitoring nonetheless on behalf of the state, but I'm speaking to prosecuting on track itself. But let me be clear, this is speaking to what is no exception with regard to demonic activity and the criminal system that is underway. So on track is being documented. I just want to point that out. It's currently 10:04 a.m. This is at Stater Brothers, the same venue where I'm documenting. The entity was threatening together as I documented the other night. And it is indeed the P.O.C. That's why the fake sun is over me. An impossibility. That's a scientific impossibility that is the case. It is 10:04 a.m. 7 KPF 569. 8 YIS 783. And I documented them already. I did complete my purchase. 28745 P1. Those minions you see in front, the overweight Latino males standing in their group stalking inside of the store. They're right in front of the minion wearing the on-track vest. And it is currently 10:07 a.m. Six VAB 034 35223D3 8ZTH 523 8K 56943 6 HPE 507 7 SXF 148 7 CTC. Hold on. 7 CTC 248 8 XIE 137 5 ZGW 448 5 J19731 7 DMP 561 8 TTG 859 8 PLL 846 8 SJA 949 8 WRS 404 APT-319-A 7 MDH 692 7 APA 7 APA 634 7 LGS 613 8 UU 393 8 UUE 393 6841624. That's a demon directed light across the building. That is the United States Postal Service while they're group stalking in the parking lot with the rest of these minions. 6 ZRD 995 7 BSP 894 855 R53 Nevada 8 WSD 793 6 SQD 507, excuse me. And I think I read that one. 8K 56943. And I want you to be clear, at Goodwill, at the address 8270, Goodwill is actually, it's not Goodwill, it's very bad will, okay, evil will. Monitoring, and a demonic monitoring system. This venue is inside of this plaza. There is no exception. The fake sun over me, and they are monitoring. Those are demons that work at Goodwill. All right, you're not being distracted or deterred, or there's no exception because it calls itself Goodwill. This is criminal conduct, and I want to be clear, it's at Goodwill at 8270 Sierra Avenue, 8AOX375, while demons are pacing all around me in directed light, stalking in the parking lot. Their vehicles are parked in engineered light. The fake sun is over me as I'm walking through, all right? And at the venue of Goodwill, pacing in and out of their vehicles, using their vehicles while they're maintaining presence all around me, outside of what is Goodwill. 22GONZO, 7JHN851, 7MAA076, 8SQJ139, 8 DLC 185. And this is United States Postal Service at 8282 Sierra Avenue in Fontana, California. It's 10:09 a.m. 08183E2. This Minion's Law Office over here, Inmigración Abogados, Criminal Law Office at 8285 Sierra Avenue. He's a Minion monitoring. 8PT, I can't wait to see the rest of that one. 2VHL415 43785J2. This is another Minion bearing the Navy on his vehicle. It's very good to know. You need to know about the, they're not heroes, they're criminals and they're demons. 8LXB226. 43785J2. You need to know, as I'm documenting, you have what are minions that are voluntarily identifying themselves. While they're engaging in the P.O.C, understand what Satan is doing. You are engaged in the criminal conduct. I'm going to prosecute you for that, but this is not just that. This is revealing a demon-possessed population, Satan surrounding you in all the ways in which you are being made aware of that. This is Satan that is letting you know that it's in the Navy. Satan's letting you know that it's in the Marines. Satan's letting you know that it's on the police force. Satan's letting you know, and that's clearly what Satan wants you to know. Understand that they are not heroes. They are not helpful. All right, you're talking about what is a threat that is maintaining presence in this country while violating your constitutional rights. That's somebody that actually despises, that is literally
defecating on what is your Constitution. This is speaking to what is the entire fallacy of free society while they are bearing on their license plates, for example, Navy or Marines or 7YVN 469. I just want to point that out to you. The entity is monitoring documentation, okay? It is the P.O.C. You're identifying yourself, and that's the reality. Satan is in the military in the U.S., and Satan is in the medical profession, telling you about diseases and issues that we have going on in this country. And it is immediately suspect. And this is speaking to what is the reality of that. They're not heroes. They're not noble. They are hypocrites, and they are the most despicable. Okay, they're threats that remain present that you don't even that you're aware of now. SADIEMA 8UKX 409 099ZH handicap. UBE 845 6A 41624 7VXR 419 8YTM 024. It's 10:12 a.m. 2M2WH 29809S2 C 8SSG293. I can't see that one. 7JWS460, and it's 10:14 a.m. Alrighty, it is 5:41 p.m. The state's fake sun remains over the Fontana Lewis Library, and I have been here since before 10 o'clock. 9:35, that was on what is the north side of the Fontana Lewis Library. It is still over the venue. 8CBA 972, SLOOM3, 7CHV 664, 5PJD 953, 8NWN 581, 8MWS 531. Same African American males engaged in daily surveillance, 8PLG 154, 5PLC 509, 7BYU 484, 6CBS 384, and it's 5:42 p.m. License plate. This is the Demon Dragon Directed Light 9AEV876, and it's 5:42 p.m. Patrolling minions. Here's the cafe. License plate again. 8PGE271. That's the agent. 4GJT437. Agent with directed light. That's why she's a sex offender, also engaged in surveillance in the bathroom. There are also sex offenders touching with directed light. It is currently 5:43 p.m. And if that goes for the license plate that I just read, those are minions. This is documentation of the perpetual of the state. That's why the environment is here. The environment is an abnormal one, it's a demonic one. Criminal conduct is underway, and it's by a demon-possessed population. And this is the documentation of the perpetual sex offender, monitoring and stalking on behalf of the state, and engaging in monitoring, stalking while monitoring the documentation that's being accumulated. This demon's license plate is 8YDR144. BU57D16, 8KJS601, 2AKLAN, 9AGT809, 8YZL226, 8YYF014, 8YIS561, 8ZDG944, 7MPR477, 7TRB775. 7UJC149, 8KYY933, 7CKZ125, 8UJG457, HNTMBLE, 6
6KJK200. It is 5:45 p.m. 6 EBC 141, 8 YDR 144, 8 YVD 472, 8 SVZ 857, 7 SWE 295, 5R, I think, 5R 69378. License 8ZWM233, I believe. I don't know if that was correct or not, but that's the minibus license plate. They're the ones who are molesting in the parking lot, along with the sex offender agent female, and they're just crossing back again. 8P76, I'm sorry, 8WPL873, 8VQS 553, 7SJK997, 31830P1, 6BPZ447. One 3629H2 8S. I can't really see that one. 8WCX577 directed light. Let's see, Amazon 3780713, I believe. Of course, the demons of Amazon Prime, and they're stalking the path under the fake sun that's remaining. I literally captured it this morning at 9:35. That's what I was showing you with regard to the Fontana Police Department. And my documentation I already published of what is the entity keeping the fake sun until after 6 p.m. And so, yeah, 8XFP313 over the same venue, the library. 8DSS965 13629H2. These demons with directed light, license plate 01836F3 92188J3, 6WKF839, and it is 5:48 p.m. Eight ZVR 894, 8 NET 633, 8 CK 8302, 7 JOG 777, 7 XUY 614, 8 SGK 250, 7 PKN 003, 5 CDC 719, 7 ZVP, can't do the rest of them, 1240072, 7 XWY 119, 7 ZEY 762. AWEN 833, I believe. 8 ATC 460. Alrighty, 8ZVR 894. This is a demon that's engaged in surveillance, stalking in the path. You see him sitting in his vehicle. This is for purposes of crossing a path conduct. This is the surveillance by the people of the state. This is what they're doing in parking lots, on the side of the road. This is what they're doing while they are also in motion in traffic. We're talking about what are third parties that are maintaining presence, lining the path is what it's referred to as. All right, the demons of Omnitrans, you hear honking a horn while that demon manifests light that's reaching to the opposite side of the street by me. That is bus, let's see, 1243, I believe. Going, I'm sorry, 1343. They honk their horn at the same time that directed light is reaching across the street toward me. Those are the demons, the sex offenders that I documented. That's Daniel Luna. That's what those demons engage in, 7 FBX 585. And the demon that I took a picture of that's engaged in surveillance, monitoring with demons like Omnitrans. Alrighty, so it is currently 5:50 p.m., 8ASD 361. Eight LLU 368 5177 OK1 8FTW 691. ZVR 894, 7RYN 334. 7RYN 334 if they're not if they're not native born citizens, meaning if they've been granted citizenship, you deport them out of the country. 6NAZ066 88409772. 6ZSJ 747, 8CKD 742, 71055G2, 5EMI 182, 7YJG 947, 2744681, 8SQL 562, 4NMB 308, 0823 2J3, 0516383, FANBOYS, CA57P31, paper 8TYN 542. All of them touching with what is directed light. Those are demons. And that is the ongoing uniform conduct of the people of the state, as they demonstrated, and that's speaking to, again, what is a uniform prosecution. The people of the state are, in this circumstance, the criminal. 5PJD 953, and the people of the state, in the same way that a DA would represent, you're talking about what is going to be the prosecution of the people of the state, right? And unprecedented, because it is that which is never been legislated before. It is that which is recognizable under the law. It's what is necessary as a matter of justice, because that's what the people of the state are doing. The people of the state are in the position of the criminal, and they're demented ones. License 7JJJ229. Hold on, let me get this license plate. License 8SLW621. GYF4685, BF56L03, paper 5JQK6. I can't wait to see the rest of them. I am at Valencia and Sierra Avenue, where the fake sun was right over me, and it's in a perfect alignment with me still at 5:52 p.m. at the same intersection. In the method that I have told you, the entity keeps the fake sun directly over my head during the day, and as though that same light source is setting or rising, keeping it in perfect alignment with me to my left or right side, meaning supposedly to the east and the west. This is stalking with the fake sun. All right, this is the stalking by the people of the state. 6URC295, and this minion's license plate is 6JQK630. License 8PLW244, 8YEH081, 8XLN599, 5VFE912, 6RCW947, and it's 5:53 p.m. Alrighty, license plate 8AGG140. Monitoring with the entity that I just captured video of under the fake sun, that's in alignment with me at 5:53 p.m. And doing so while that demon-possessed government actor is flying in a circle in engineered light. You see the demonic conduct by the people of the state who are in relevant position under that fake sun, monitoring and terrorizing with that government. 7LON358 is the one you see on video as well. Monitoring and group stalking with the government that's flying directly over me. That's video that I just captured right now at the same intersection where I showed you the fake sun over me before 9:30 in the morning. Okay, this is P.O.C. And that is speaking to, again, the entity that is monitoring on a ceaseless basis, engaging in harassment on behalf of that government that's stalking by helicopter, engaging in what is sexual violence in concert and on behalf of that government that's stalking by helicopter, engaging in what is terrorism as an entity together on behalf of that government. 7UGX653. All right, and it's currently 5:56 p.m., and that's exactly what is speaking to the necessity of federal prison, both the people of the state and the government itself. That's a government actor, and you're talking about what will be the grounds of federal prison for the government that's engaging in such conduct. Omnitrans, license 1535, 547, bus 1358. Engaging in terrorism harassment on behalf of that government that you see flying over me, flying around in circles over me, where you see a fake sun in alignment with me, showing you understanding what is the context of that impossible presence of that light source, which is not possibly the sun, while you're seeing that ongoing pattern of stalking by a helicopter in particular. And you're looking at what is also directed light. That's P.O.C. All right, and speaking to what is nothing other than the punishment fitting the crime, and it shall be federal prison. License 8ZNA738. Capturing video of what is directed light sitting right dead in the middle of the street, and the people of the state are driving through it. That's surveillance. 7THY056, 8LZM418, 7JAJ724, 8GCB523, 8FRM 739, 6GNT 531. That is the conduct of surveillance. They are crossing path in what is that engineered light. This is the terrorizing conduct of stalking with light. How are you stalking with light? You're maintaining light everywhere that you're going, keeping it all around you wherever you go. That's how you're stalking with light. As that environment is placed around that target individual and you are present in that environment, that's how you're engaging in stalking as a people. Okay? So all you're doing is being present in that environment that's specifically and deliberately maintained. And you're looking at the maintenance of that environment. It's entirely unnatural and impossible to naturally occur. This is witnessing demonic activity as you see this directed light in the middle of the street. While demons, it's revealing their condition and their criminal conduct. Both are relevant to prosecution. The people of the state subject to which shall be a uniform prosecution under the identity of what is the people of the state. 1535547 14097 P2, and that's bus 1358 across the path again. And it's currently 6 p.m. It's P.O.C. 6ZKF 157, directed light in front of that vehicle being driven by an African-American male. It's 6:01 p.m. 6TNA 009. On surveillance cameras of Omnitrans buses, they're crossing path by driving onto the property of the Fontana Metrolink train station through the turn circle. They're crossing path, and the fake sun is here at the Metrolink train station. So they are indeed stalking. They are crossing path while I'm sitting at the train station over here. It's 6:02 p.m. Metrolink creating amplified audible activity, meaning it is actually louder than would ordinarily be the case. You're dealing with the demonic, and it's a method of activity creation, which is facilitation by that company, Metrolink, and every minion on that train, engaging in what is both terrorism and federal stalking. So doing it on behalf of the state, the same state that's flying and stalking by helicopter, Metrolink is monitoring and terrorizing with that. That's the purpose of that demonic amplification. And they're doing it also under what is the fake sun and indirected light at the Fontana Metrolink train station, and capture those images of Metrolink engaging in the P.O.C. at 6:06 p.m. All right, this demon you see steady keeping his head to the back because this demon knows he's being documented, but he engages in what is terrorism with directed light. So the third party that I'm talking to, there's light just like you saw on the bus today while we were driving straight. There were no turns being made, by the way. When you saw the fake sun go from the driver's side to the passenger side, you saw the change in light from what was projected light onto me from behind. That's how I was showing you the shadow of my hand. And then what was direct light, concentrated light, as the fake sun moved to the passenger side of the bus this morning, when we were on Archibald Avenue, where the bus was proceeding straight and making no turns. That was in real time. First of all, that's demonic. The fake sun in and of itself is demonic. You literally saw what was the moving of the fake sun to the opposite side of the bus while I documented. Because if you pay attention to what I usually document, this entity is usually keeping the fake sun on the opposite side because I tend to capture videos. While the entity was stuck with the fake sun and I abruptly captured video, the fake sun was right there on the driver's side because I am the focus. And you already know that that's not the sun because I also provide documentation of where I am at the same time. That's the point of my documentation. And then when you're looking at that impossibility, you're looking at what the entity is doing with the fake sun as I'm documenting. And at that time, it hops to the passenger side of the bus, remaining in alignment with me in doing so. It's also closer. Pay attention. It's more so at the back of the bus while I'm capturing video. So anyway, this minion who I'm capturing images of right now, I'm referencing this video because you saw what was flashing of light while I was sitting on the bus this morning, Route 61. While I'm talking to this third party, this minion that's driving this bus, these are demons, and flashing of light is occurring. This is another iteration of the same P.O.C. And this is a demon that then also knows that they're being documented, and this is what cracks me up about Satan. It's entirely pathetic. So you're looking at this bald-headed minion keeping his head toward the back of the bus after he engages in this conduct with this third party that I'm talking to. Because they're monitoring together. It's not just that third party. But I'm going to prosecute Omnitrans. This is a demon that represents a company that's engaging in state surveillance with the government. There's multiple layers of that prosecution. And that's why I'm documenting that minion who is monitoring as the people of the state in concert with every other minion that's on that bus, okay? This minion that's working for Omnitrans while engaging in that act of terrorism and state surveillance and facilitation is wearing the employee uniform for Omnitrans and doing so on the clock. And I'm going to prosecute for that. So you see him looking backwards. He knows his images are being taken because you're dealing with the demonic. They already know what I'm doing on my phone. So you're talking about dealing with the demonic, and then you're talking about what are the psychopaths where they're acting like, oh, they know because I'm holding my phone up. No, they know because they're minions. They're monitoring. They know what I'm doing with my phone when I'm in another room and they're not physically around. You're dealing with the demonic, all right? And I'm also prosecuting them for that psychopath conduct. It's called terrorism and harassment. while you are engaged in surveillance. So anyway, it's 6:13 p.m. I just want to document that. That is Route 66 engaging in that act, and then that minion gets off the bus. He's on surveillance cameras. It's bus number 2349, license plate 1545906. And these are the demons representing a company engaging in surveillance with the government that's stalking by helicopter. All right, driving on the same streets where directed light is just appearing in the middle of the street, reaching across the street in the same way to touch me with directed light, to reach out toward directed light. Terrorism by demons driving public transportation vehicles. It's 6:14 p.m. P.O.C. Alrighty, engaging in surveillance, group stalking on the side at Village at Sierra, license 7L93169. All right, and this is license plate, Victor Valley is monitoring as well, license plate BU95U96 paper. It is 6:15 p.m. See, it is currently 6:17 p.m. on bus number 1324 on surveillance cameras as well. And the license plate of third party, let's see, 5 LLZ949, I believe. And I already read that paper plate. That's the minion that I documented while I was getting the other minion engaged in surveillance on the side of Village at Sierra. It is 6:17 p.m. and the fake sun is keeping in alignment in the same way it did this morning. This is in no way the actual sun. It's an impossibility, and the entity is departing from what is the maintenance of the light source over the Fontana Lewis Library, which is impossible. And also, but you're looking at what is paying attention to what is stalked with the fake sun under all circumstances. License 518. Oh, I can't really see that one. And going south on Sierra Avenue.
Merrill Avenue.
Seven 7Z2, I believe. 8 NST 346.
San Bernardino County High School Services help families with job placement.
Athol Street.
AVGALP1.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Si posible, favor usar la puerta trasera.
Randall Avenue.
Let's see. Oh, it's currently 6:19 p.m. Seven VES 443, Fontana Police, license 1473. Oh, I can't really see that one. Yeah, I can't see the license plate of that one. Oh, they're group stalking at what is Sierra Avenue and Randall, where the Chex Cash is and the Pizza Hut is. Group stalking at the traffic light. The fake sun is over me while they are engaging in that stalking conduct, which is terrorism. It is 6:20 p.m.
Street.
Let's see, 2404 9C3, I believe. 8KUN 247. 7VJB 063. 6 WIZ 661. They're monitoring at Town Plaza. Build up in traffic. These are minions stalking in the path while the bus is the location of the fake sun while I'm in motion. Group stalking. License.
South Fontana Transit Center. Service by P.O.C. 1961 329.
8 VDS.
On the right, Victorville Valley Transit.
Let's see, there was something.
And BB Link.
8 XTS 924. 7 TUY 926. 5 MXW 594.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Si posible. Favor usar la puerta trasera.
Enrollment is underway for children up to age 5 for full or part-day programs.
This is ongoing audible activity while you're listening to the announcements and the stop requests. They're maintaining activity on the bus. The fake sun is in alignment with me on the bus. All right. 8 TAG 132. License plate 7ACT 190. Village on Mallory, and this is, by the way, being driven by the same employee number 3698. License 7VQF 688. Monitoring. Fake sun hovering over their house. License 6SFD 970. 8 EKB 976. 5 LUD 585. 7 ZLC 350. 5 YVY 214. 4 UOK 597. And 6SWX049 at the heavily documented venue of 9720 Jennifer Avenue in Fontana. Light source right over their venue. License 8SDFs. I can't say the rest of it. 8DRP210 68516R1 at 9709 Jennifer Avenue. WXF 562. LZP 163.
stalking under the same fake sun, which I just captured video of at 9720 Jennifer Avenue, keeping in alignment with me in the same exact manner that the entity is doing in the morning on the same bus route, which is Route 61, headed back to Ontario. That is an impossibility. And doing the same thing as I'm coming from the library of the Fontana Lewis Library, 6MMP343. That is following to and from the same exact venue from Ontario in the morning on the bus, street for street, turn for turn. It's through the windshield just like it was this morning. All right, street for street, turn for turn, remaining aiming on me through the windows just like it was this morning, just like you saw at the Ontario airport, just like I was capturing in images and in video. The entity is doing the exact same thing. All right, and that is stalking with the light source. That is also while I'm at the venue of the library at 9:35 in the morning, as I show you in video. The entity is following on that same street in alignment with me back to the Fontana Metrolink train station, the same train station that I was arrived at this morning. That is stalking with a fake sun. That is speaking to what is impossible with regard to mere duration. The ongoing analysis is also speaking to what is not coexisting with regard to my presence as I remain in the city of Ontario. That documentation still is in existence. All right, and the entity is not maintaining what is anything that is even similar or possible to be the actual sun. This is stalking with light, and I've also shown you that. That's why you're looking at what is direct light in the middle of the street. This is why you're looking at what is inexplicable light. This is why you're looking at what is the state stalking by helicopter. All I'm doing is providing absolutely complete and comprehensive documentation of what shall be the prosecution of the people of the state. Every single last one of them. Okay, every company. You're talking about what is going to be a uniform prosecution, and no person is going to escape. In the same way that a DA would represent the people of the state, you're representing all the people of the state. You're going to prosecute all the people of the state. It's 6:28 p.m. It's P.O.C. Currently at what is Elm Avenue and Fontana Avenue, remaining on San Bernardino Avenue. This is where the La Cadena Market, for example, is. And while we were here earlier this morning, the entity was doing the same thing what you saw in this video I captured in the windshield. That's exactly the placement of the fake sun while driving on this bus in the morning, going to Fontana Metrolink train station. Just want to point that out. And you clearly see that in all of my documentation. License 10638A3. And license 02290G3. And again, as I document the group stalking conduct, the demon-possessed Fontana Police Department, 8LZP163, that's exactly what they are doing. They're demons who are engaged in state surveillance while they are monitoring documentation. This is an unlawful threat that is adding layers to your prosecution. That's an enhancement to the prosecution, in addition to the fact that they are law enforcement in those positions. They're not actually, just because you hold this is my perspective. Just because you hold a position doesn't mean you're worthy of it. It doesn't actually mean that you are fulfilling it. You're talking about what is Satan that is holding positions that it has no business in. That is the ongoing purpose as well with regard to my documentation and prosecution. These are minions that are wearing police uniforms, engaging in criminal conduct, and they are closeted psychopaths. They are demon-possessed, and they're engaging in what is an unprecedented criminal system with the people of the state. And Fontana Police, as I documented at Randall and Sierra Avenue, crossing path, while the entity is aiming a fake sun on me through the passenger side of the bus. In the same way that you saw on video this morning at 8:33 a.m. In that video, you saw the fake sun move to the passenger side. The fake sun is on the passenger side of me, molesting my body, while Fontana Police are at the intersection of Randall and Sierra Avenue while that impossible occurrence is underway. They are directly related to that conduct present in that environment to engage in that criminal activity. And I'm documenting it. It's currently 6:30 p.m. It's 6:34 p.m. Like you heard, we're at Calabash and San Bernardino Avenue. 8CDS004 at Commerce Drive in San Bernardino Avenue. This demon 3698
stalking with noise making while that other demon that's in that license plate is crossing back.
8RXM966, 7JWW601, 8JQB755, 6ZRN, I can't really see the rest of them, BF39WL9 paper, 8CWV100, 8PZP141, 97399F3, 7RRD649. It's 6:40 p.m. Facilitation, minions using their hazard lights in the middle of the parking lot at the Regal IMAX movie theater. That's crossing a path conduct, and it's facilitation. All these minions that are driving around the bus are monitoring its light activity creation while the bus that I'm on and the entities keep the fake sun over me. Demons line the path and stalk with methods of light activity creation. It's demonic, and it's also criminal facilitation of federal group stalking monitoring. It's 6:41 p.m. and that is attributed to what is the venue at the Regal IMAX inside of the Ontario Mills. PFF 0640, that's Texas. The fake sun is aiming through the windshield of the bus on 4th Street in Ontario, California at 6:41 p.m. License, let's see. 8LZB820, 8E21X15, paper 7FWM776. Direct light while that demon drives by. 8FVS544. CC10Y96, paper 6LLB537. 8WAY239. 8WYC421. 7MND, oh, I can't really see that one. 5JJR150, 8MIB242, 8MRG280, 4GMG183. These are demons, directed light flashing on the bus while they're crossing path, driving on to the red light at 4th Street. There are a bunch of demons. This is Satan surrounding on all these cars, and the fake sun is in alignment with the windshield of this bus. It's 6:43 p.m. VVL003. 7MND099 is the correct license plate. License RRX1717. Let's see. 8BWH725 molesting, 51219E3 molesting, GFRPMHB molesting, 6JUR418 molesting, 8WYC 421, molesting. These are the sex offenders of the state of California at 6:44 p.m. They're all driving on 4th Street right now. And they're also on surveillance cameras of this bus that I'm on. License 6RWY189. 6MQS154. 8W39687. 8BWH725. 8TXC. I can't really see that one. 8GIR051. 6JUR318, I believe. And it's 6:45 p.m. CJB7052. 68287G3. HAAZEL8. This is the perpetual sex offender. The people are engaged in an ongoing molestation. 6:46 p.m. License plate CBS0458. 7STA-D22. 8VAK541. 8KER534. DONPTRN. 8EVW508. 7ARE486. 8ZDF661. 8NXZ286. 8AVP067. 8WEK084 at Cane's Raisin Chicken. 6MIM161. NYV6782 Texas. 8SDG698. 8TLX273. 8KER534. 6XNC302.
Ontario Mills, service by
That's where these minions are at, and they're engaged in a sex offense, perpetual sex offense.
82, and RTA.
8VLM121. 8VNK163. 8AQV914. 8HXV951. 8FCV452. 8JUF596. 7GSE. Oh, I can't really see the rest of them. 8UTS523. UGA7906, that's Virginia. Okay, that's it. 7NXV, I can't see that either. Bus 1363, license 1535708. The bus driver was, the noise you hear in the background, she was patrolling on and off the bus. She was pacing. 8JNJ335, she was getting off, getting back on, making noise, and getting off, and getting back on and making noise. That's going on in the background. And then you hear them come on the bus asking questions. They're all crossing paths, and they're crossing paths while I'm reading their license plates as well. This is concerted conduct.
8 UZM 367. 8 YRT 133. 8 RKW 020. 8 WAP. Oh, I can't see the rest of it.
Yeah, there's a.
5DXG. Okay, 7SHF 097. 8 VOF 263. AV01702, paper.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Si posible, favor usar la puerta trasera.
8 WUG 622. 8 SYL 156. 8 YHS 169.
Riverside and Archie Bald or Mill Creek. That's out here, right?
Minions don't have to know how to read very well.
Yeah. Or is that in Riverside City?
It is 6:53 p.m.
That's not in Riverside. That also has Eastville out here.
We only got the bus that take with the 87 to take you to Riverside. You trying to get to Riverside Avenue?
No, city. There's not a bus that from 169 can take you to Riverside?
8 WRU 079. 8 YWY 550. 8 XWF 928. 8 ZIY 973. 8 URF 208.
The 87 brought today.
Let's see.
Because that's the bus I know that take you to Riverside.
BF 70Z37 paper. 6LBB091. 05027G3, I believe. This entire conversation is audible activity while the fake sun's remaining in alignment and direct light is flashing on the bus. These are demons that are monitored. 7RNP 433. Budget crossing path. 20543X1.
Inland Empire Boulevard.
8 YPD 808. We're now turning on to Inland Empire Boulevard. It's 6:55 p.m. 7YBH 940 at Ferrari and Inland Empire. 8 PXJ 126. 7 ATR 982. 6:55 p.m. 784. It's 7 p.m. Let's see. CSJARGN. License 8DNN028. Monitoring with this minion. There's a white girl, likely on surveillance cameras at Mobile at 670 Archibald Avenue. She parks next to license plate 8EBN784. She's aiming her vehicle. She's wearing tan shorts, a white tank top. She's got sunglasses on her head and a tan jacket. She's stalking in the path, and she is doing some monitoring with these minions whose license plate I'm reading. She parks there as a method of stalking in a path alignment, in alignment with where I'm sitting on the bus. Okay, this is called positioning. This is what they were doing at the same venue, by the way, this morning at Mobile. And it's currently 7:01 p.m. That's Mobile at 670 Archibald Avenue. She's just one of many monitoring.
Please remember that masks will be required on board Omnitrans vehicles and in stops and transit centers through March 2022 per federal mandate. Thanks for
7SJX. I can't say the rest of that one. You guys got something. TLR 003. Zero 464 P2. Monitoring at the Ontario Airport. And 94595H3. That's the shuttle. Monitoring. License 8YPU888.
Thank you for riding Omnitrans.
Not Riverside, not City.
This is conversation that's occurring while directed light is cycling through the center of the bus. They're minions. 13979D3 Bell Cab. Monitoring me while directed light is cycling through the center of the bus. I've captured that in more than one video. This is what's ongoing right now. And again, this is the fake sun as I captured that on video and getting on the bus. The fake sun follows, as though the actual sun is going to be present and then setting in alignment with the same streets that the bus is driving, both in the morning and in the evening, by the way, as though the actual sun is going to be even visible. This is the ongoing conduct of speaking to what is the non-movement. While the entity engages in that, it is engaging in what is conduct demonstrating the non-movement of the light source that is not the sun. And in addition to that, I'm in Fontana, the city east of what is Ontario. So the entity is engaging in what is keeping that light source in alignment with me while I'm on the exact same bus route. That's relevant for what is the same streets. While it's aimed through the same exact windshield, the conduct that it's engaging in while I'm being driven to the Fontana Metro train station, by the way. That's what I captured. So like I said, big picture, this is how you get, first of all, being present at the B&T Plaza, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then also, for example, at the S.I.I.S Liquor, where it's right over that venue where I'm there. And then this is how you get it at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, which I documented. While I'm inside of that same S.I.I.S Liquor, the fake sun is in alignment with me, and that's when I'm not in Fontana. That's when I stay in Ontario. All right, that's documented again, February 23rd, 2020. January 23rd, 2022. That's how you get that conduct. The fake sun, again, on my left, that's supposedly the east, while it's over the S.I.I.S Liquor in the morning, and then while it is in perfect alignment with me while I stand inside of that S.I.I.S Liquor, that demon that you hear conversing, asking about bus rides, he's pacing on the bus in direct light. This is how you get that, and then on the in the evening at that same B&G Plaza, the fake sun is in alignment with me while I'm standing inside of the S.I.I.S Liquor. That's how you get that. The entity is doing nothing other than keeping a fake sun all day long. Daylight savings time or not, it's an impossibility. That's exactly what the entity is doing on an ongoing basis, and where you're documenting what is the entity stalking in an incredible manner with helicopters
That is also conduct and evidence tending to support that ongoing allegation. This is stalking in incredible manners, including with light, achieving what is ongoing surveillance. This is terrorism, while that same demon-possessed and criminal entity, that's the state of California, is also hostile and monitoring by virtue of that terrorizing conduct. That's crossing path by a demon driving by in a helicopter. It is audible activity by that demon flying that helicopter, and doing so in engineered light. Those are the elements of monitoring. 1404974, bus 1330 at the Ontario Airport, monitoring. That's Omnitrans. It's currently 7:09 p.m. 7PBP 817, excuse me. 7PBP 817. 7RCM 421, I believe. Criminal conduct and demonic activity. The people of the state that are engaged in surveillance, sitting in the middle of the street, which is one of the streets where you drive through in order to enter one of those parking lot areas. This demon is sitting in the middle of that street with their hazards on for crossing path. 7EBC. Oh, I can't see the rest of that one. This is the these are demons that engage in that, by the way. It is also what is criminal facilitation, and this is at the state facilitating venue, the Ontario Airport, where surveillance is underway. Demons are flying airplanes. And it's currently 7:12 p.m.
If possible, please use airport.
And again, what is wrong with demons flying airplanes? These demons that are flying airplanes are the same ones that I'm documenting engaging in stalking via airplanes. All right, that you are of that condition in and of itself is not anyone's concern, actually. But actually, you do need to know with regard to your personal life, actually. But with regard to the criminal conduct, a court, it's not really a concern. It is with regard to what is the criminal system that's underway. However, demons are flying commercial airline planes, engaging in surveillance from the Ontario Airport, just using the planes to engage in ongoing surveillance, 24/7. H&L Carter monitoring. That's a coach on the grounds of the Ontario Airport, and they're on surveillance cameras. It's 7:12 p.m. They're entering at what is terminal. Let's see. It says two terminal. Probably terminal 2. It's currently 7:13 p.m. DANGEL. Seven MOW 288. Vineyard and Hope Boulevard. 8GAS 979 is a demon. You have what is directed light appearing while the vehicle is parked next to the bus. There's no light that's going to hit that passenger door. This is a demon monitoring, the one I already read, at 7 MOW 288. This is stalking conduct by the people of the state. Bunch of demons. It's 7:15 p.m. And that was directed light that hit the passenger door. It manifests on the passenger door of that vehicle that is in the traffic lane to the left of this bus. I'm sitting on the driver's side of the bus, the same side as the driver, and they're sitting in the lane next to it. And you have what is, again, light touching the surface in relative position. The marker demon possession, just inexplicable light, just like you see in streets.
You see it while demons are driving by. It's appearing on restaurants, as I documented, on Olive Garden. All right, it's just appearing in the middle of the bus, cycling through the center of the bus. Absolutely demonic. This is speaking to demons that surround, and they're engaged in monitoring with communication devices. All right, and it's currently 7:16 p.m.
Grove Avenue.
YJC 311, touching with directed light at Grove and Holt Boulevard. And YP23396 is touching as well. This is Blue Heaven, engaging in conduct out of hell while they're monitoring and engaging in the perpetual sex offense as the people of the state. And Blue Heaven engaging in what is interstate commerce while they are engaged in federal stalking with the people of the state. And they're engaging in that conduct while minions are patrolling. So they're turning off a Grove onto Hope Boulevard. And these are minions that are manifesting light. It's not their headlights that will be piercing through the window in order to touch. This is the pattern, stalking with light. That's why it's appearing on car doors where your vehicle is along the side of the bus. There's no light that's occurring between the car and the bus. There's no light that's cycling naturally between the center walkway of the bus. There's no light that's occurring naturally as you are driving on the street, and it's moving across buildings and on brick walls, as I documented again today. These are demons, all right? And it's criminal surveillance. With regard to what I'm documenting, as I show you the entity stalking by helicopter, what you're going to remember, this is at 5:51 p.m. and I'm at Valencia and Sierra Avenue, which is speaking to the maintenance of a light source that's not possibly the sun, 8PYL 898. That is the demonstration of demon possession by the government itself, who's also engaged in what is documented terrorism while the government is monitoring documentation. What I documented, for example, as I referenced on, January 23rd, 2022, where the fake sun is setting at B&G Plaza, and not just setting at B&G Plaza, it is setting in alignment to my face. The entity is aiming light into the depths of that gyro slicker. And this is the same gyro slicker where the fake sun is there every morning above that gyro slicker, engaging in the pattern, what you see at Fontana Lewis Library. It's above the roof of that Fontana Lewis Library, and as I've shown, literally every hour of the day. Okay, in the morning, I come later in the afternoon, it's engaging in that same conduct. By the way, you can't be present remaining in Ontario if that's the case. It's not remaining over anywhere in Chino. It's not leaving to be present over, it's not at the same time present over the roof of the Chino branch library. That's not what's going on. It's stalking with the light source. But like I said, as I documented this on January 23rd, the setting of the fake sun, where it's documented being present and still during daylight savings time and before daylight savings time. The entity, let me be clear, 4:50 p.m., relevant to what is now daylight savings time, that would be 5:50 p.m., where all you're doing is adding an hour. I'm at the corner in Fontana where I've been all day, where, as you saw on documentation, the light source is not remaining over the B&G Plaza. It's not visible or not relative to be seen over. It's not somehow remaining at the same time as, even though I'm capturing it moving over me on Archibald Avenue and going on Street for Street, turn to Fontana, and over me at the Stater Brothers in Fontana. No, it's over the roof of the library, and it's remaining over me at this intersection at Valencia and Hope Boulevard. And that is at 5:51. And as I document, like I said, my documentation remains relevant. Daylight savings time or not is no explanation. It is in no way anything relevant to what is the light source that is not the sun. And daylight savings time is relevant. That was at 4:50, where the entity is setting a fake sun, aiming it onto me, touching me with that directed light while I'm inside of the gyro slicker. At 4:50 p.m. That will be 5:50 p.m., the same time where I'm standing at Valencia and Sierra Avenue. Where the fake sun was over me this morning, by the way. That same intersection in Fontana where the entity stalking by helicopter. I just want to point that out to you. Recall my documentation, January 23rd, 2022. It's documented. 5S, I can't really see that license 7VVB859, I believe. Where you are documenting, where there is a wealth of documentation of the entity stalking by law enforcement, stalking by helicopters and airplanes. That is the P.O.C. I'm just showing you what else is a part of that P.O.C. The pattern of conduct includes the specific environment. That's how you are doing it through a people. That's how you're able to stalk, be present in that environment. You don't have to follow as an individual around. That's not what's going on. You're keeping an environment around, and it is via literally the demonic. These are demons. This is demonic. And again, January 23rd, 2022 is just one example. It's just one. There are many, many, many. It is 7:21 p.m.
If possible, please.
Alrighty, this has been license plate 1370395, bus 1324, and that's employee 3698. Monitoring with the people, monitoring with the state. It's 7:23 p.m. I did just now get off the bus at Lemon and Holt. Alright, I want to get this minion over here. They're surrounding with light in the parking lot of Metro 102, and then a demon coming down what is Lemon to aim light toward me. This is the bus stop that I'm at. These are demons surrounded with light. This is sexual violence. These are demons that want to touch you with light. They're manifesting light. Remember, it's not their headlights. This is license plate 8CA 9051. License 6PXA 523, 7PWV 123, 7BWA 991. And that is a sex offender that's monitoring with another minion that comes down transit in order to aim light on me from that direction as well. Alrighty, you see this minion that is crossing path. He's monitoring with these demons who are aiming light. License 8WJA903. ROB3KKD of Metro 102. It's 7:24 p.m. YVH 363, 8DZC 966, 7LVA 052, and 5DLE 282. They're all molesting. These are demons manifesting light. It's not their headlights. 8ENL 341, and they are manifesting light and coming around to touch. They're demons pacing all around. All right. You're going to prosecute for that predatory mindset, that demented mindset. 8XJK935. License BM82X92 paper 8WBX571 7ZM. I can't see the rest of them, but I can see these. Let me get these minions. 8FVX121 7EVX548 7YAK90. Hold on. YAK904. Habargi and Limi Bus Incorporated. They're monitoring, they're molesting. I have multiple shadows. This is US.270114. They're crossing path in this environment. They're engaged in facilitation. Minions, if any, are on the bus, are monitoring with this company. This is license plate EPO9243. That's again Habargi and Limi Bus Incorporated on transit, patrolling with the rest of the minions. That's a demon driving nothing other than a coach, as opposed to what are demons that are driving their own vehicles. It's not different. It's the same demonic activity. It's the same criminal facilitation. It's the same system. It's P.O.C. It's currently 7:27 p.m. All right, license plate 8GNU975, excuse me. Directed light flashes upon that demon's license plate as I look at it to read it. Okay? You need to understand, the demon possessed engage in the ability to manifest light. It is currently 7:27 p.m. That's amplified audible activity. ATNL277 is monitoring. Those are demons amplifying. Those are demons, and that's amplification that third party's monitoring with them. 07957F2, and those demons are engaging in what is stalking with activity. That begins the moment I press my screen and start recording. Those are demons that are also amplifying audible activity, the ability to make it louder than it actually is. That's demonic. 94195H3, P.O.C, 7:29 p.m. The third party whose license plate I recited, they are engaging in that conduct in the same way. If I was reading that minion who is actually speeding by, they are one. They're monitoring together. It's 7:29 p.m. All right, you see the people of the state group stalking at the museum, sitting on the side where it is where the entity is stalking, knowing exactly, in other words, where it is that I go. They're sitting on that side of the museum, present for what is crossing path. This is present on behalf of the state. You're speaking to what is stalking by the government. All right, you're not talking about the type of property. You're stalking while you are at work, wherever it is. If you thought that you had some basis to state that you're out or exempted from being a stalker, you don't. You are present on behalf of the state. That's the government that's stalking. In what is a specific environment? You're stalking where you know very well that I'm sleeping, all right? And you're doing so on behalf of the state as well. And you're also a demon that's engaging in that stalking conduct. All right, it's currently 7:31 p.m. That's the people of the state engaging in that. That's terrorism, while the people of the state are documented engaged in that ongoing obsessive stalking conduct, which has been documented, by the way, for a long time. It's 7:31 p.m. This is Ontario Museum of History and Arts. This is criminal summoning, and it's a method of stalking with activity as I switch screens on my phone. No, that's nothing other than indication of what is demons that are acting in an emergency vehicle. That's the fire department. Those are demons of the fire department. They're engaging in what is demonic, but this is surveillance. It's not just demonic, it's criminal. But the method of, the conduct, of immediately following, occurring with simultaneity, that is mirroring, okay, literally stalking with audible activity creation, that's demonic. And it is occurring while you are monitoring what I'm doing on my phone. That is the identification of the state acting directly. And it's occurring in a specific environment. I am currently being molested with directed light. All right. And this is the specific environment where the entity is stalking by all manner of aircrafts and stalking by the people. This is the P.O.C. And that's also massive facilitation as the state is documented engaging in that conduct. It is 7:36 p.m. Notice how the sirens stop and then they restart. They're listening in real time to what I document. It is criminal summoning. The amplified audible activity is focused on where I'm at, and it's targeted to what I do as I do it, and it's occurring in a specific environment. It is called criminal summoning. That's the fire department. That's P.O.C. The demons are on traffic cameras. That are the people of the state. They're stalking in the path at the red light. They're monitoring. It is currently 7:37 p.m. The state facilitating venue of the Ontario Fire Department is in relevant position, by the way. And not only that, it's no mystery about who is present. This is the prosecution. That's grounds of federal prison. And also the Ontario Fire Department has engaged in multiple acts of kidnapping that's documented and criminal defamation. And so I want to make sure that that's clear. That's the entity that's engaging in that criminal summoning. It's P.O.C. Alrighty, I want to document the entity stalking via the people, and this minion, this is a demon-possessed stalker, this is a third party. This is the state that's present through this third party as well. At the Ontario Museum of History and Art, the entity is stalking via a third party who was standing over me in what is a specific environment. They're standing in directed light, which is clear as you see this minion that is stalking, engaging in group stalking on behalf of the state, is standing over me, first of all, and is monitoring by virtue of being present in the environment, but it goes to the degree of stalking, which is engaging in terrorism with the state and stalking and harassing all at the same time, while this minion that is pretending to not understand or speak English is engaging in stalking with the state, is a demon-possessed stalker, and is present in that ongoing demonic environment on behalf of the state. And so while this third party is standing over me, which I'm capturing images of him, the entity is sounding helicopter activity. So I want to speak to what is the terrorism that I'm capturing while this demon is standing over me
and engaging in stalking by doing so. This is the entity acting via the people who are engaging in that act of stalking and harassment and monitoring together. As I was documenting earlier, standing at the intersection of Valencia and Sierra Avenue in Fontana, California, this is exactly what the entity is doing at nightfall, where the entity is stalking from place to place and stalking following to the venue where it is that I sleep. And it happens to be outside. The entity is stalking as the state of California acting in concert with the people of the state. This is the entirety of that entity that is stalking and hovering over me via this third party who is present while the entity simultaneously sounds helicopter activity. This is what the demon possessed are doing together. This is identification of the people of the state. Okay, this is the entity that is acting on behalf of the government. That's why you have this minion that's standing over me in directed light, which you see while that minion walks away. You're going to see in the images that I capture is the gigantic size of the shadow. That's not a normal shadow. That's engineered light. That is also witnessing the demon that is on that third party. You're seeing that demon possession in that directed light, okay? This minion is engaging in what is, first of all, demonic. This is terrorism, and also what is, second of all, criminal, and on behalf of the state. So while this entity is captured, as I'm capturing this third party's image, this is the entity that is stalking with the state that is at the same time sounding helicopter activity and communicating a threat in doing so while monitoring documentation. This is revealing again that ongoing obsession that the psychopaths that at the same time demonstrate hostility, as I've shown you the harassment that they engage in, while you are engaging in criminal conduct that you're going to be prosecuted for. You're hostile, but at the same time you are an obsessed stalker. All right, that is the unstable, the very delusional, the very disturbed psychopaths that are of this demon possession, and that is the government. Okay, that is the government that you see stalking in a helicopter. You're stalking, that's demonstrating obsession, but at the same time you are demonstrating hostility. You're terrorizing via helicopter, but you are stalking nonetheless. That is speaking to that demon possession. This is shared by a government and the people of the state. This minion is stalking at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, where an entire government of people are maintaining ongoing surveillance where it is that I'm sleeping, whatever it is that I am doing as I am doing it. And that's going toward what is the prosecution of the people of the state. That includes every commercial actor that is engaged in this ongoing pattern of conduct. For example, Ryder and Amazon Prime, J.B. Hunt, Walmart. The entity is engaging in an ongoing criminal system that does not stop while those demons driving those commercial vehicles are merely crossing path and molesting with directed light during the day. Okay, they are engaged in that ongoing criminal conduct right now, terrorizing with that entity that is stalking where it is that I am sleeping outside, where an entire government is stalking. Okay, it's currently 9:19 p.m. Pay attention. That's the entity stalking by helicopter again. The same entity stalking in Fontana, California, under the fake sun in directed light and flying over my head. Alrighty, and I did capture images of that. This entity is monitoring. This is a demon that's flying in a circle above me. This is a demon that represents the government that is monitoring documentation. And this is exactly why the people of the state, as they've been documented, engaging in monitoring on behalf of this government, are subject to federal prison. All right, this is the zero tolerance. While the entity is engaging in this conduct, the government's criminal conduct continues to demonstrate and be the template for which the people of the state shall be subject to the punishment on behalf, as they are engaging in this criminal system with the government. Okay, the government that's engaging in terrorism and stalking by helicopter, not only is the government itself to be prosecuted and subject to federal prison, you're talking about what is reaching into companies that are subject to federal prison. All right, those that to be held accountable for engaging in criminal activity of this nature with the government. All right, while they're engaging in terrorism and harassment on behalf of this government, following everywhere that I go, including this is 24 hours a day. And so this is speaking to what this demon that I just captured. This is at it's currently, first of all, 9:20 p.m. when you're listening to the audible activity of a helicopter. This is the entity engaging in ongoing stalking, this incredible conduct that I am ongoing documentation of. And this is speaking to what is well more than established as adequate grounds for, more than adequate grounds for what the very policy that I advocate, which is federal prison. And so it's not, there's no idle speech. You're talking about what is the very criminal activity, as unbelievable as it is. It's exactly what I'm documenting, and that's exactly why that punishment is necessary. And that is speaking to what the people of the state are subject to, as well as the government itself. The government, again, engaging in what is demonic and what is criminal, and engaging in what is mimicking that which I am speaking of in real time. Let me be clear, that demon that represents the government flies over audibly by helicopter as I am describing that both obsession and hostility that is simultaneously demonstrated while you are stalking in a helicopter. That demon, that is the government, that is monitoring documentation, engages in repeating that. This is why the government that is subject to prosecution is also subject to what is federal prison. And this is for a federal prison that is an extended period. It's not no small sentence to be subject to federal prison. This is that which is seeking to engage in terrorizing an American citizen by a government and in concert with the very people of the state, which is what this third party is doing, communicating a threat through that light activity, communicating a threat while the entity is sounding helicopter activity, communicating a threat while you are stalking everywhere it is that I go, including your knowledge of wherever it is that I sleep. All right, hovering over me, listening to my breathing patterns, engaging in this very conduct 24 hours a day. You're talking about what is the grounds of what is prosecution while you are also monitoring documentation, ongoing knowledge. And this is what this government is demonstrating, by the way, while it engages in that stalking conduct audibly for you to hear, while it's listening to me document it, okay? This is what the government is doing is speaking to what is federal prison for the people. That is a just punishment for what the people engage in concert with the state, and federal prison for the government itself. The government's not hiding that minion that's flying the helicopter. There is no anonymity. You're talking about what shall be necessary, which is those in positions of government justly held accountable and going to federal prison for this criminal system of federal group stalking and monitoring that it is engaging in concert, hand in hand, step by step with the people of the state. It's currently 9:22 p.m. I just want to document that. The entity just going out of its way to engage in that ongoing harassment. This is the reality of dealing with Satan, the personality of Satan, just engaging in this conduct while it's already looking at what is the high wall, the insurmountable evidence against it, and just engages in what is satiating a wicked appetite, just engaging in more conduct which is documented, which is adding on to what is going to be federal prison. All right, this is necessary, and it's actually okay with me because I intend to place government actors and third parties, the people of state, in federal prison where they do not get out for a very long time. It's necessary. All right, this is the threat that you are unlawfully posing to the ordinary target individual who is supposed to be without any recourse, no resort whatsoever. And that is unjust. All right, and so this is confronting that, and this is in every way neutralizing that threat and a very, very loud response to it. You will go to federal prison and you will not get out. Okay, so it's currently 9:23 p.m. This is P.O.C.